Hello, YouTubers. Paul's home from the hotel, and he's got stories about National Housekeepers Day.
It's not day, it's week.
Oh, a National Housekeepers Week?
Yeah, this shit started yesterday.
Oh, well, my heavens.
Yesterday we were making the animals out of the bath towels and using hand towels to make their heads and faces. Like making elephants, making monkeys, doing swans, making turkeys.
Is this some sort of employee morale nonsense?
Well, their plan is that the animals we're going to start making and putting on the guest beds.
Oh.
Especially like Thanksgiving, we're going to make a big turkey in the middle of their bed with the towels.
Well, that might promote certain sexual fantasies.
They're getting this crap out of because they do this on cruise ships. That's
well, you got to keep people from flinging themselves overboard.
So, I mean, they even got a way so you can make a cobra laying in the middle of the bed. I don't know why they would do that, but
oh, a cobra! I was completing that in my mind with like a python. Now I could see why you might want a python in the middle of your bed to eat some small obnoxious child, or perhaps one of those little yappy dogs. But a cobra, my word, no, you don't want those. Those are nasty souls.
Yeah, well, whatever you want to call it, you've got this coiled up snake in its head.
There's that great line in one of the Psalms about the snake not being charmed, however he beguiled by the charmer.
I remember that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, and then today there was a dumb relay thing. She had to start at the starting line in the main dining room, go through the dining room, and grab what the housekeepers are supposed to put in the guest suites. The amenities stuff like coffee cups, hot cups, cold cups, condiment packs, coffee packs, tea, the correct amount of toilet paper they're supposed to have in the room.
Well, an infinite amount.
Paper towels they're supposed to have in the room.
Well, also infinite amount.
Kleenex.
Well, we don't need Kleenex. Kleenex has always been a very useless idea for me. What's the point?
The correct bars of soap that they're supposed to have. Like they're supposed to have one face bar of soap and one bath.
Well, and don't use that greased up Kleenex or greased up soap.
No, it's not stimulating grease.
What was that thing, Dove? Had all that grease in it? It was awful.
Yeah, we don't. It's not.
Well, that was a big surprise for me when I took a bath at my aunt's house when I was about 10 years old one night. Ugh.
Well,
felt like I'd been immersed in a can of slime.
We use cheap, flat, hotel style little square bars of soap.
Well, those are very useful things to have. I myself, always took every single one of them I could get whenever I was staying in the hotel.
Anyway, they gave me and the other guy, Earl, they gave us a list since we don't do the rooms. But yet, I've inspected rooms.
Well,
so I had a good idea of what the piss is supposed to go in there. So, I give it a shot.
Chip shot for you.
I don't know why, because they're not supposed to get hot chocolate, but I grabbed a pack of hot chocolate and threw it in the bag.
Well, that's a day brightener for somebody who likes chocolate.
I know, they ought to get a packet of hot chocolate. I mean, they got a hot chocolate coffee maker.
Yeah.
They can make a thing of hot chocolate if they don't want coffee in the room instead of coming all the way down to the dining room.
I did like the little coffee makers in the rooms that started to appear, back in the late '90s when I stayed at, up in Chicago hotels. for meetings, you know.
Yeah. Well, our new little ones, they get to, there's a little filter. They call it a filter, but it's what you put the coffee in and you shove it in on this little rack.
Yeah.
Okay, they get 2 of those also. Plus, it's supposed to get like 2 regular coffee and 2 decaf coffee.
No, why decaf? I mean, that's pointless.
I don't know. I couldn't find any decaf, so I just gave them regular.
I mean, they just ought to have a sucker that's like a coffee sucker, if they, you know, rather than good old trouble with having decaf coffee. Because the kind of people that drink decaf coffee are the kind of people that basically would be sucking on suckers anyway.
I gave them I gave them 4 regular instead of just 2 regular because we ran out of decaf one time and we were giving them nothing but regular. So I thought, what the heck? I'm going back to an emergency day time here when we're out of the decaf.
They didn't have you do races and stuff like that, you know, like sack races and, you know,
No.
team building exercises nonsense and all that
No.
nonsense.
Hey, this is only Tuesday.
Oh, that's right. It goes on all week.
Right.
Oh my word.
And they're even going, they'll have a room cleaning contest and bed making contest.
Well, that's, you know, you've got that hands down.
So,
That's again another chip shot for you.
yeah, I know. 20 what? Is it like 26, 27 years?
That's what you do.
Yes.
Oh, that's what you do. You're a pro. You're the man.
I just haven't done it that much in the 3 years, but
Well, it all comes back. It all comes back. You know, I mean.
I did a few times.
Well, I mean, you know, the thing is, you know, I mean, that was when I did cases. You know, sometimes you'd get a case that you know, involved a problem you hadn't dealt with very frequently, and so it's probably like one of these athletes that tries to envision in their head what the athletic act is going to be. You essentially plan, you know, your entire case ahead of time at night, you know, while you're lying there in your chemo chair, and
Right.
and then so when you walk into the room the next day, essentially you've already done the case. So, yeah.
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 If you know what you're going to do.
Well,
See, they're keeping it all
there's
secret,
always
so.
the occasional problem, but of course you ideally have already thought about those problems as well. So.
Well, like when I went Monday, you know, they were saying it's going to be a towel folding contest. Well, I thought, you know, the way you fold them up, that would put them on the shelves and stuff.
Well, but they
In
went
the
for the
guest
room.
Yeah.
So you have to
We did that
refold them for the
last
room.
year.
You have to refold them for the rooms.
Yeah, we fold them up a particular way.
Oh, but so you fold them one way to store them on the shelves in the storage room, but then you refold them in the room. Now,
No. The way we fold them in the laundry room, that's the way to go in the guest room.
Well, I would think. I mean, why make that extra step? I mean, yeah.
They just had us do a rate to see who
Oh, I see.
fold up a certain amount of towels and stuff the fastest. Only they made us do it blindfolded.
Oh well.
But on the new catch this year,
That's-
the new catch this year was to make animals. Well, Saturday, Dana was MOD, manager of the day.
Oh, it's like the officer of the day in the military. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, Dana had already gotten this stuff sent to us about the animals. So we were practicing playing around in the laundry room Saturday morning. He and I had another supervisor, and we were making the animals and screwing around with them and making them. So I pretty well had it down. I was the only one that had been there Saturday morning playing and making animals.
And inserting a ringer into the case here.
Yeah.
Too bad somebody couldn't get a bet down on that. You could, you could make a killing.
So I had the animal making down. So I did okay on the animal making and getting photographs made of it, and they're going to put all this crap online somewhere.
Well, everything's
about
online
hotel.
nowadays. If your internet works, you know, unlike
it's-
ours right now.
There's some kind of thing, you know, they'll show this National Housekeeping Week contest crap online of all this stuff. All I have to get what it is.
I thank the Almighty every day. You know, I appreciate the need for a vibrant business function, community, and, you know, economic, you know, activity. But I thank the Almighty every day I don't have to go out there and engage in that stuff anymore.
Oh, they've got it. They've got every hotel in town, no matter who they're owned by, on this particular line.
Oh, is this just sort of a Columbus-wide thing?
It's kind of a national thing.
Oh my word!
And people can pick. This is how people pick and choose where they want to go and stay.
Well,
And so far in Columbus, we're number one.
I pick and choose where I stay by, you know, what's the tariff at the end of the day, if I have a choice.
It started out that we were in 10th place out of 140. And then we shot that to 3rd place. And then 2 days later, it turned out, no, we were number 1.
Excellent.
So,
Good.
there we are.
Good.
Because
Put on your rearview mirrors.
we're having to call around the other hotels and that up here, and trying to see if they have any available rooms, because all the people trying to get into our place, because we're constantly booked up and packed out.
Excellent.
We have to call the others
Oh,
to
that's
see if they have anything to work that we can possibly talk a guest into going to.
That's good news. That's good news.
So,
You know, despite all the thefts in the parking lot.
and they're like Dee Dee was doing it this morning from the front desk, and they were asking her, and I said, well, by the way, don't you have any rooms? And Dee Dee said, no, that's why I'm calling you. I'm sold out. And I'm sold out for the next 7 days or better. She said there's an international soccer game going on in town.
Really?
She said, and there's also this country living festival thing going on.
No, I bet that.
She said, we're booked.
I bet that's got the suburban housewives all on Twitter on that one.
We're booked. She says, we have nowhere to put anybody.
Oh, well,
She said, if they booked for a room last month, she said, for this week, she said, they got in. She said, if you didn't, you're out the door. There's no room in the inn.
well, that'll get the wives out of some of these guys' hair up here for a while. Well, on that note, I think I'm
That's all I've got.
gonna sign off here for a moment. I've got other things to tell you all about our internet being out today, but obviously that can wait till the internet's back on, I guess. So, all right, bye-bye, YouTubers.